Art hacks that I wish somebody told me earlier. I was always told watercolor is permanent. If you mess up, you can't fix it. Well, guess what? You can. Another one, when the vibrant river of my Copic marker ran dry, I thought I had to get a new cartridge. Apparently not, just dump hand sanitizer on it, and it's good as new. I wish I knew this sooner. Do you have cheap acrylic paint that doesn't work very well but you don't want to throw it away? Just heat water and cornstarch until it turns into this thick, goopy consistency. Then just mix a little bit in with your cheaper paint and bam! Look at that. More art resources in the bio. Happy drawing.
Here are 3 effective ways to improve your art skills. Number 1, complete a 100 challenge. This is the challenge where you draw the subject you're trying to learn 100 times over. Now this can be portraits, hands, backgrounds, expressions, anything you're trying to learn. You can split this up into 5 to 10 drawings a day until you complete 100 drawings. Number 2, study from art books. This is a great way to see a variety of different artists' styles and work process. Art books can range anywhere from tutorial books to behind the scenes of movies and animated movies, as well as collections of artists' work. If you're an artist, I strongly recommend you invest into art books. Number 3, do some warm-ups before you draw. I recommend anywhere from 3 to 10-minute warm-ups drawing circles and lines with your right and left hand to get your hand ready to draw. A warm-up I like to do is to time myself and draw random characters within 2 minutes. Thank you for watching and follow for more tips.
Art tips for beginners. Alright, so this tip is to just have a sketchbook where you can make as many mistakes as you want. It mainly helps with 2 things. First thing is line confidence. I like to use a pen because if you make a mistake, you have to own it, move on, and learn for the next drawing. It also makes you think and visualize before you put down each mark. It really helps you if you're a perfectionist because you can't do this. The second thing this helps with is repetition. You'll get forced to redraw things when you make a mistake, and then you'll have to iterate, and this will help you improve really quickly. Usually your 100th drawing will be better than your first, and this also gives you like a record of all your mistakes to look back on, which is kind of nice, I guess. It's a great way to build up your mileage after you've learned something from reference or your studies. Just remember that this is all about the process, and it doesn't have to look pretty or anything at the end. This whole sketchbook is just for you. Just for you.
Don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. Don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly.
So let me teach you guys about an amazing drawing method known as automatic drawing. Automatic drawing is basically the practice of letting go and changing your mind state that allows you to flow on the paper and open up your imagination. It's actually quite simple. Take out a piece of paper and any drawing utensil and just start with no idea in your head of what you're about to draw. Just keep drawing and don't stop until the paper's filled. It doesn't matter what you draw, just focus on the flow and relax your mind. This is a practice that all great artists such as Mobius, Jack Kirby, and many others have been known to do, as it helps prevent burnout and refreshes the mind. When I do this, I feel like a kid again, creating without a care in the world. In the end, your drawing doesn't have to look like anything at all. Just enjoy the process of creation in its purest form.
that are actually useful. Use a bar of soap to reshape paintbrush. Don't have a paint palette? Try this. Use cornstarch to thicken cheap paint.
If you leave me a good time, I swear you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest.
The difference. Use a white colored pencil to blend colors.
I want to chop your heart. Never need a back and it's real.
Here is one art mistake I made when I first started. Using an airbrush for glowing eyes. Using it on just the iris made it look blurry and very hard to see. What did I start doing instead? You may ask. Rather than adding a blurred add layer to the iris, I added the light to the surfaces around the eye, as well as making the iris itself a solid, vibrant color. Best places to add the light are on the eyelids, nearby stray hairs and clumps of hair, and the nose. Feel free to try this out if you also struggle with this.
Art Tips Part 3. How to improve your drawing skills. 3 drawing practices. Draw from life. Set up things or just draw your surroundings. Draw things multiple times. You will see progress over time. Look at books or watch video tutorials. There's a lot of useful information from other artists that help you improve your drawings.
I've been an artist my whole life and was an art professor for 10 years, and I'm going to share with you the biggest mistake that I think beginning artists make and how to fix it. The mistake is not adding enough value to your drawings and paintings. Beginning artists will often focus on outlining things, maybe getting the contours right and adding just a little bit of shading. But here's a drawing by the same artist a few weeks later paying attention to adding different values into her drawing. And here's another similar example with the student paying attention to contours and not value, and a few weeks later incorporating value. And this student included some value in the clothes, but not on the face. And here's her drawing a few weeks later incorporating value into the face and hair. The trick for doing this is really very simple. You want to make value scales and you want to incorporate a range of values into all of your drawings and paintings. Here's an example of some different value scales. It doesn't matter what medium you work in, you can make a value scale, a simple one of maybe 7 different values, and then make sure you incorporate all of those values into your drawings.
This one's going to be a little bit more advanced. Start with an oval, divide it in half. Now let's find the eye line. Halfway from the eye line to the bottom is the nose line. I'm going to make a U. Halfway from the bottom of the nose to the chin is the mouth. Draw an oval for the chin and another oval for the whole mouth. Find the width of the nose. That will tell you where the inside of the eyes is going to be. And 2 circles for the eyes. Outline the eyebrows. I'm going to draw 2 circles for the cheekbones. Draw a line all the way down the cheekbone to the side of the muzzle. Now some indications for the lips, and draw the rest of the jaw. Draw circles beside the eyes. This will let you know where the skull changes direction. I'm going to make some indications for ears, and same thing with the hair. Now we can start with some details. I have individual tutorials for the eyes, nose, and mouth. I'm going to drop in some of the neck anatomy now. For shading, I'm not going to think about the lighting too much at this point. We're going to cover this in another tutorial. I hope that helps you with your placement. If you got value from this content, please do follow, like, comment, and share for more art tips and tutorials.
Se io scelgo sempre queste compagnie, è soltanto perché in questa vita mia i ragazzi mi hanno dato solo guai, hanno riso sempre un po' troppo di me. Che cosa c'è? Qualcosa che non va, e questa sai la pura verità. Che cosa c'è? Qualcosa che non va, e questa sai la pura verità. Che cosa c'è? Qualcosa che non va, e questa sai.
As a small family-run wholesaler in art supplies, these are some of the most common mistakes we see made by drawers. Using H pencils for drawing. H pencils are very hard, making them produce lines instead of the blended marks that B pencils do. H pencils were designed for drafting, architecture, and design work. For drawing purposes, stick with pencils that are HB and higher. Never cleaning your shading supplies. Chamois and tortillons should be cleaned on a regular basis to give you increased control and avoid contaminating your work. A chamois can be cleaned with warm water and hand soap, and tortillons can be cleaned by rubbing it on an artist's sandpaper pad. Using the wrong paper. Drawing on a paper with tooth is essential for charcoal and pastels. That's because charcoal and pastel need the tooth to grind up their pigment in order to transfer, layer up, and grip it to the paper. Smooth papers are suitable for minimal sketching and shading with graphite, but if your drawing has a lot of values and layers, you may also want to opt for a paper with tooth.
Here's a simple art tip that made me improve a lot. In this drawing, I started with a simple stick figure and then a shabby sketch of what I'm kind of looking for here. On each different sketch, I tried to focus on different corrections I can make to the drawing. There is no limit to how many sketches you can make before you proceed to line art. If you are patient with your sketch, you will see results. And if you've made it this far, comment with some orange hearts so that I know.
Feel like sun on my skin. So this is love. I know it is. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling, falling in love. Yeah. I got a lot on my mind. Got some more on my plate. My baby got me looking forward to the end of the.
Can I give you a big hug?
Stop drawing sketches like this. You are ruining your art. Humans don't look like that. Our shoulders have way more range of motion than this, and our legs are really far from straight lines. Everybody's going to draw a little bit differently, but you should start off all of your sketches with a shape kind of like this. You can draw it super fast, which means your proportions are way more likely to stay correct. If you spend a lot of time putting unnecessary details into your construction sketch, you'll quickly lose track of the larger picture, which is more likely to drive your proportions way off into the weeds. Don't draw a complete stick figure though. The shape of our ribcage and pelvis affects poses a lot. From here you'll want to mark out the joints, and then start to add volume. But our limbs change shape as they bend, which is why this tube method is really just holding you back.